Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Gathering Storm. Before we get going into the episode today, I want to say thank you to commenter Zafmik2. That's right, I'm remembering people's names when I thank them for stuff, it's a new era. For pointing out that Madrid is actually still Catholic, and if we complete the Mahabodhi Temple here while it's Catholic, it's going to produce Catholic apostles, who are not going to be any good at spreading our much more correct religion with the elephants and stuff. So, we should probably make sure we fix this in the next 15 turns. What's the actual... There are 5 Catholic citizens and 2 citizens who understand the greatness of pachyderms, so we definitely need to get somebody up here and fix that. That's not going to correct itself by pressure. I suppose... You guys are already off the coast. Alright, I suppose the best way to do that is just going to be to buy a missionary in Cusco. We'll get an apostle next. But yeah, that's definitely worth correcting. Okay, and then we're back on our important business of spreading the love of elephants. So I think I'm going to not go to war with Cyrus just yet. We're not going to surprise war him. I'm not going to murder this apostle. I'm going to hope that this apostle is murdered by barbarians. And we should advance ourselves off of his tile so as to make that a little bit more likely. But I do think that maybe we should denounce Cyrus now just to spin up the Casus Belli machine, you know? Yeah. This is going to generate some grievances. Everyone in the world will know that I am being a dick to him, basically, which will justify some amount of retaliation, which I think is a good, that's a good design for this system. He's not really allied with anybody. Christina actually strongly dislikes him. He's friendly with Robert, but Robert's an easy guy to be friendly with. Kind of everybody's friendly with Robert. Yeah, let's go ahead and denounce him. It can only be with fear and ignorance that a declaration such as this could be made against the benevolent governance of Persia. Ooh, wow. Really mad dog could be now. Whatever, I'm not afraid of you and your beard. I don't know anything else. I don't know anything about Cyrus historically, so all I can comment on is his beard. Man, that harbor is going to take a minute, huh? Oh, did I have... Somebody didn't have... Oh, yeah, you're just waiting for the campus to complete. You need to rebuild that terrace farm. 10 gold for some horses. Well... I mean, I don't have any use for the horses. Sure. It's like, yes, a wise move. Yes, I will also make this trade. I have no use for this iron. And we're just sitting there at our iron cap. So really, when we get near our iron cap, we should be aggressively looking for people who would like to buy the iron from us, actually. It's a thing that I could be a little bit better about. Look at how good these tiles are. And then, actually, we should probably acquire this mountain at some point. Although, I suppose the mountain is going to be, what, 2 food, 2 industry, right? Because mountains are naturally 2 industry for us. And then it gets a food from each of these. That's not even that good of a tile for this city. Because we have 8 population. We're working 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... you know what? That tile's good enough. We should definitely pasture these sheep as well. Right, because... What are we working right now? I guess I could just do this instead of counting and guessing. Yeah, this guy's working kind of a bad tile. Well... Is there anything that we're really looking forward to purchasing with gold anytime soon, or do I just want to buy this... I think I just want to buy this tile. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay, let's start moving people across. That is an ironclad from America, 1060 AD. That's a pretty good boat for 1060. Good thing we're not thinking that we're at war with Teddy Roosevelt anymore. Getting a little concerned about his military technology. Alright, so we're managing to talk people out of their belief in Zoroastrianism and into beliefs that we want them to have. Here comes a Zoroastrian apostle to get totally wrecked by us. We don't actually know Okay, by mousing over him, we can tell that at least he does not have the debater promotion. He'll get dealt with. Oh, there's another one. Does this guy have debater? He does. Okay. That we need to be worried about. So you'll notice that holy ground bonus. You do get a theological combat bonus when standing in a tile of a city that believes in your religion. So it would be helpful for us to get some elephant belief going up here, just so that we have some holy ground to stand on. Also, we discovered Kalaharia. I'm just going to stand right on these guys menacingly. This is going to let him know what's up. We're not going to take any actual aggressive action. I just want him to be afraid. So Sweden is Sweden mostly converted? We look over here at the religion thing. Yeah, he's got pretty thorough control of Sweden. Well, we're just going to have to break it. How many charges does this guy have left? 4? It's going to take one more charge to flip Sterling, and then we can probably just run him over to Stockholm. It turns out it's not that far away. We haven't gotten a notification that the era is coming to an end yet, have we? I don't think. All right, you heal up. Okay, he's just going to make fun of us. It's better that you lack ambition to claim land. So this is telling us that one of his agendas, the one that we can't see, has to do with owning territory, and he is shouting at us for not owning enough territory. A gentle eruption. 4 fertilized tiles. Okay, that's interesting. Nothing damaged. We do still actually need to build the farm over here. Madrid still needs more amenities. We still have to get our amenities under control. We've got our housing under control in a lot of places by building additional improvements which give housing, but we need to keep that up. Not a good idea to let your cities sit at the housing limit for a long time, and this is bad play on my part, letting these cities be so close to their housing limit. They're reasonably large, they are productive, but they would be even more productive much faster if we would resolve the housing problems. I'm not putting a huge emphasis on that right now because we're sort of focused on this religion thing, but it's not great play overall that we have not fixed this yet. That said, most types of buildings give housing. Is that true of the temple? It is not. There's a citizen slot in it, but it does not give housing. Well, listen, we're working on it. We're getting this guy's going to help build some housing. There is a point at which we will unlock a new type of district, and I don't think it's too far away. Oh, maybe it's pretty far away. The neighborhood here. The neighborhood is one of the first things that really takes the appeal of a tile into consideration, and it gives an awful lot of housing if you build it on nice tiles. And this is a general district. Things like the holy site and the campus are called specialty districts, and you can only build a limited number of them based on the population of the city. General districts, like the neighborhood, you can just build a ton of, however many you can jam in there. There aren't... Is that the only general district, or are there others? That might be the only one, actually. The only non-specialty district. Alright, so we want to jump these dudes. We want to jump this dude specifically, but I want to do it in such a way that I'm not going to get grabbed by his partner. Oh, I don't have the movement. I ran exactly out of movement. Yeah, this tile has a movement cost of 2. It's a hill tile. It's just hard to see under the campus. Well, you got to be a little bit careful, because if that guy gets defeated in theological combat, if our guy gets defeated in theological combat, it will have very much the opposite of the effect we were hoping it would have. Alright, so now we have a ton of our religion's pressure over here. Zanzibar's gotta convert soon, right? It's getting pushed from all sides. 9 turns. Beautiful. So if you're smart about where you convert, you can avoid having to convert everything, and this can save you faith, right? You don't need to have as many charges available to spend. Mexico City is not going to let us into their borders. I have to be their suzerain, right? Yeah, just having the higher level type bonuses doesn't do it. We could become the suzerain of Vilnius. Doesn't help us, really. Yeah. I guess we'll just hold this envoy. I'm gonna have to get in the water and go around. That's alright, that's the thing we can do. Oh. I met... Oh, that's a unit of Brussels, not a unit of Mexico City. Weird. Alright, well, what's up with Brussels? First of all, this is where our envoy is going, obviously. Plus 15% production toward wonders if you're the suzerain. That's pretty cool. That is not a bad one. And they would like it if we would send them a trade route. That is a tall order, given how far you are away from the edges of all of our maps. We ran into these guys and they shouted over the side of the boat, "Hey, come visit our city!" And we were like, sorry, it's where? Alright, we definitely want to get some conversion going over here, but we gotta watch out for that apostle. We don't know where he is or if he is ready to attack us. Half a point of housing for Madrid, plus a little bit better tile output. Yeah, we're still going to need more builders. You end up needing a lot of builders in a reasonably large empire. And San Francisco is actually managing to hold on loyalty-wise, partially because of the governor. We could, like I said, put a bunch of pressure on them and make that no longer true. I'm not sure that I care. And actually, remember that the way being the dominant religion in an empire works is that you have to be predominant in more than half of their cities. So him having a little city over here that is going to naturally convert to our religion actually might be good for us. A city that's far away from Cyrus, that Cyrus isn't going to be competing with us for. We actually might want to let that stay, honestly. Alright, so I think we're cool for this turn. I think we've done everything we need to do. When we finish the holy site here, we're definitely going to straight up gold buy some buildings. I think that might be what we're using this gold for. I don't know, are you allowed to purchase a... Okay, I don't think you're allowed to purchase the special building for your religion with gold. You can purchase the shrine and the temple for sure. But I guess that's all we're gonna be able to get over here. Still, that'll be helpful. Yeah, I think our empire's going alright. Washington's building art museums and stuff. Scotland has just stumbled on the Ha Long Bay natural wonder. That is a natural wonder that we do not know. So that's interesting. I wonder where that is. Okay, this is a guy who just came back to heal, right? I'm going to send him up this way. You in the water. Okay, so they're trying to surround me so that they can blow me up with their debater. I will currently win due to our bonus theological strength from religious orders and theocracy, but I don't know that I'll be able to beat both of them, so we might want to flee. And now that we're seeing enemy apostles moving in, like, in force, this might be a good time to actually buy a guru. Yeah, let's buy a guru and try to run him up there. Would have been better to do earlier, but we were aggressively spending all of our faith, so what are you going to do? Here comes the missionary train. Do we want to build a camp with our last charge, or is there something that's a little bit more compelling? A camp and a banana plantation will both just produce additional gold. Probably, it's better for us to build a fishing boat. Although do fishing boats give housing? They do, they provide half a point of housing. And at this point, food and gold. Although actually, camps have gotten better, haven't they? Or are we on our way to that camp improvement? I can't remember where it was. Was it a civics thing? Yes, we are on our way to plus production plus food from camps. So actually, that's probably the way to do it then. Let's just push a little bit here. We got to get our city converted. You need to keep getting me vision. Hey, Christina. Do you have any I guess actually, hold on, let's send a delegation. Let's try to get as friendly as possible here. My dramaturge has a new work to share for them. Oh, good. I hope they enjoy theater. She's having a tough time with a lot of the other people of the world, it seems like. Oh, I do consider you a friend. Yeah, you could tell her waving us off animations were getting less strident. You want to be like... Okay, we definitely don't want to have a religious alliance. I mean, I kind of just want to make an alliance just to have alliances. This reduces the likelihood of people suddenly turning against us, basically. I'm just ingratiating myself with everybody who's not Cyrus. So when I attack Cyrus, everybody else will be inclined to take my side. How's he doing with everybody else? He's only liked by one person. And the grievances against us are decaying quickly enough. Yeah, this is not bad. So in 2 turns, our denunciation will be old enough that we can declare a war without incurring a ton of additional grievances. It'll still be bad, but it won't be, like, murder. Oh yeah, I do have to do something with this apostle. So do I want to strike first, or do I want to try to run? I think I want to back off. Oh. Why can't I move again? We moved out of their zone of control. That's a little concerning. Well, if we're afraid this guy might die... I've talked about how we don't want to expend all of his spreads, right? But if we're concerned this guy might die, we should at least use some of his spreads. I don't think that spending spread charges affects his ability to fight back in theological combat or anything. And we may as well use some of them. We only need to actually hold on to 1. Alright, let's see what they do to us here. Oh, yeah. 100 grievances generated. Wow, that's severe. Our knowledge of printing has improved. We gained some new policies, but I don't think we're going to change anything. I think I like what we have going here. Actually, the capital hit 10 faith, didn't it? This is probably now more faith than Scripture is. Although, we're about to finish another holy site. Hold on, we'll investigate in a second here. So yeah. Breaking a promise generates 100 grievances, and my impression is that it will do that again if we do it again, so let's not do that. This dust storm is depositing good fertile soil over here, which is nice. Let me select no units, so that when I click through these, it doesn't try to issue a move order. We're just headed up in this general direction. You are also headed up in that general direction. Gurus are a little bit slower than a lot of other religious units. Right, that tile will be really good when we finish mercantilism. You know, I wonder what happens if the wonder completes while the city has no majority religion. My guess would be that if the city has no majority religion, it defaults to your empire's majority religion. But I don't actually know. I don't have any anything other than total guesswork there. Oh! We've revealed the tile in every vertical line of the map. I suppose that's true. Thanks to our knowledge of the position of Stockholm. And, yeah, and Cyrus's capital. Weird. That was a weird way to get that. Alright. Step up. Ooh, wow. Check it out. A Colosseum. They've got here, what is this? An open-air museum. This is definitely a Sweden thing. Oh, they have an entertainment district rolling as well. Neat. Man, I really love the art in Civ 6. I've done some spectacular work here. Alright, well, I think a fair amount of scouting may be done by our religious units at this point. I wonder if those barbarians are going to kill us. It might be a good idea for me to turn my skirmisher around, my Warakak, and actually kill these barbarians. They do pose something of a threat. Okay, so they're not actually fighting me directly. I don't know where that other apostle is. Let's go ahead and engage with this guy now. Hopefully the other apostle isn't waiting a single movement away to suddenly punish me. So we managed to hit now, thanks to our circumnavigation of the world. We've managed to hit our normal age points threshold. So I'm a lot less worried about the next era at this point. I just didn't want a dark age. What do we want to build? +1 era score from every historic moment earned after this wonder, if that moment is usually worth 2 or more era score. Interesting. I don't think we need any of these wonders. I mean, Kilwa Kisawani is certainly good. But I guess we just want to build a new district. Right, was there... Did I have a particular district I was thinking of building? Oh, you know what? This city doesn't have a commercial hub yet. We could have more trade routes. What am I thinking? Why wouldn't I want more trade routes? So... I guess right here is good. Yeah, and it doesn't look like... The only place that's worth more is right there, and I don't really want to pull the stone quarry, so... Yeah, this will do just fine. Get ourselves another trade route. Still a couple turns off of finishing a bunch of our important stuff. Yeah, so my guess is that we don't have to put any more pressure into Madrid. And actually, I'm kind of curious... I'm a little worried that the apostles might come out as the religion that the city was last. But I kind of want to leave it like this just to find out. Yeah, let's not put any more pressure on that. We'll have the missionary just sail over to Philadelphia. We have enough faith to get some stuff, if I would like to get some stuff. The dust storm is moving over here. 3 tiles gained fertility and 2 tiles were damaged. Well, may as well build a builder. Ooh, I do want a shipyard. How much is it to buy a shipyard? 1160. It is 5 extra production for the city. So that's what we're doing with our gold. And we will just start building a builder. Yeah, shipyards are extremely powerful. I think we probably want to keep this up. Man, these trade routes to other civilizations are starting to look pretty good. So you can see we benefit from the bonuses from our alliance with him, as well as the bonuses from his districts, although we don't get the same value from his districts that we would from our own. So like, the districts that would ordinarily give food for internal trade routes will give gold for external trade routes. But we are still getting 1 industry from one of his districts. He finally built an industrial hub. And we're going to keep running the trade route to Cusco, though. Alright, Antahuela has 9 citizens. We are still working kind of a bad tile. We need that. When are we, Oof. It's going to be a while before we grab that one. Even more turtles. I don't know how many turtles is enough. The phrase, no, we have enough turtles, doesn't even really make sense to me. Just keep getting more turtles. More turtles and elephants. Turtles are really the elephants of the sea. Where did that apostle go? He ran away. Aha! I found you. Man, I want to try to blow this guy up. I'm a little worried that if I go after him, I'll make myself weak enough that the debater will be able to jump in on me. But if we really, really weaken him... No, I'm gonna err on the side of caution here. Just try to stay alive until the guru meets up with us. And you... Where do we want to convert first? Like, we can avoid having to convert this city, whose name I am probably not going to be able to pronounce. I bet it's not just as simple as Jonkoping, right? Because that I don't know how that diacritical mark actually changes the pronunciation of the O. Listen, English is the only language I'm fluent in. I've been speaking it my entire life, and I can only just barely use it reasonably, so other languages are tough. I'm going to start by converting Stockholm. I'm hoping that I can just surround this with pressure and maybe not have to spend as many charges on it. 4 citizens, wow. Really, those translators are really, really good at their jobs. Yeah, I am going to bring this guy back home and have him do a little bit of work. That dude is still in a position where he cannot move on to us, thanks to us being on a hill. So I'm just going to press the button here. And you... Is this a hill? It is not. I'm just going to get in the water. We'll just go around to Mexico City. There's that apostle. So it'd be really bad if he were able to defeat one of our missionaries, but I don't know that I think he's likely to do that in a single action. He doesn't have debater. They're not actually much more powerful. And in fact, yeah, due to our combat strength bonuses, our missionaries are about as good at theological combat as an apostle is. Remember, though, that we can't attack. So ordinarily, if these two were apostles, this would be really easy, because we just double team him, right? But he gets to continually attack the weaker one of us, while the other one has to just stand by and watch. Do I want to put another charge on this? I did this, they'd be... So they're already at 2 citizens. I'm just gonna run. So I'm thinking, like, we want to create a circle of pressure around this city, and then move north, right? So I do want to keep converting Mexico City. Oh, and apparently I can do it from the ship. I think one more charge there. We'll probably flip it. Alright, so we've converted Stockholm, but it has enough Zoroastrian cities nearby that it will flip back if we don't deal with some of the surroundings. Alright, this apostle got injured. I'm going to take advantage of that to wipe him out. I don't know where the debater went. We probably want to keep this trade route going. In a lot of 4X games, and I cannot remember if this is the case with Civ or not, but in a lot of 4X games, if you give a unit more than 1 turn worth of movement orders, it won't ask you for movement next turn. It'll just execute whatever order it had left. So that's why, if I accidentally assign more than 1 turn worth of movement, I try to cancel it, because I do want the unit to ask me every turn. Oh, what now? What now? You have a commercial district, so we don't necessarily want to build a harbor. We would not get another trade route out of a harbor. That said, would still make some reasonable money off of it. But you know what? It's probably a good idea to build an entertainment complex here. Entertainment complexes, like industrial zones, can spread their bonus amenities out, and I think we might need that. So, 1, 2, 3... Okay, so if we were to put the entertainment complex in one of these 2 tiles, we'd be able to serve these 4 cities. Right, this is... Yeah, I like this quite a bit. Let's do that. Oh, I can't put it here. Oh, you know what? I bet that tile is currently owned by Valladolid, but it is within range. Here we go. Swap ownership to this city. It is within range of Valencia. It can be a tile of either. So you can work and easily build things on any tile within 3 of the capital or of the city center. And because cities can be built within 4 tiles of each other, you will often have tiles that could belong to either city, but every tile is always only owned by 1 city. Go ahead and build our entertainment complex there. It will flood when sea levels rise. How much of it? I don't think that's a realistic concern. I think we're going to end the game before that happens. Also, you can develop seawalls or something, right? We could solve it. A little bit of money for the shipyards. We'll get that next turn. I think things are going really well here. People love elephants, you know? We have boosted industrialization. Is that, like, build a couple of workshops or something? I bet that's what it is. 3 workshops, yep. Okay, well, we're on our way up there. Coup. Oh, you know what? I didn't finish considering whether I wanted to change out our faith policy. Well, it probably doesn't matter much. Yep, keep running the food and industry heavy trade route. It's tough to get off of those. They're very, very good. We are going to purchase our shipyard here. And I love the fact that you can actually see the districts advance, like you can actually see the lighthouse that we built. You can see that shipyard. It's not super obvious, unfortunately. Yeah, you can see this is what a harbor without a shipyard looks like, so it's just got fewer docks and stuff. It's a little bit more complex here. Oh, I like this arrangement of the of this theme. We could attack some of these religious units for the purpose of just very quickly spreading our religion here. Or we could try to hunt down... I think it's more valuable to try to hunt down that other apostle. Where did you go, you coward? Unfortunately, religious units do not have awesome vision range. But it looks like we've pretty much completely wiped out Protestantism. This is the only city that we can still see that has it. And it's on the decline there. Alright, we just need to get more vision of Cyrus's empire. So you'll convert back, but not for 113 turns. Who's this dude? He does not have the debater promotion. And given all of our buffs, we are still better at theological combat even without it. It would definitely be a big coup for us if we were able to knock that guy out next to all those cities. So the swordsman got killed, but yeah, there are more. Alright, we were going to just buy out some religious buildings, but it turns out there's not enough money for that. We have a lot of things that require cash. I don't know. The Grandmaster's Chapel is fine. Yeah, sure. Get to work on it. Almost done with our campus here. 7 turns away from testing how this works. Yes, your embassy is welcome. Sure, we'll be even better friends. I really need you to take my side in a second here when I do a thing. You know, I'm not actually even sure we will. Okay, so Isaac Newton gives us a couple of free buildings and makes all of our universities provide 2 bonus science. All of a sudden, this campus is extremely developed. You know, honestly, we're doing alright on science. I don't know what everybody else's science output numbers look like, but I bet we are at the very least competitive. Right, I'm using this missionary to look for that apostle a little bit. He seems to have just fled. So if we were to engage in a little bit of combat with Washington's gurus, we'd be able to put pressure for our religion on him without technically doing spread religion charges and thus not breaking our promise any further. And gurus are not super good at defending themselves against a debater. So I think we're going to do that. And my plan with all of these guys is just to move them through to Cyrus's empire. And if he asks us to stop converting his stuff, we will say no, because 100 grievances is a lot. So, let's talk about the wisdom of declaring war on Cyrus, which is a thing that we now have the option of doing, at least. I'm not sure I want to go through with it. If we were to declare war on him, we would be able to condemn his religious units with our military units. But if we're in open war, it's not going to be trivial for us to keep military units alive in his area. And as soon as we declare on him, he can condemn our units with his military units as well, which I don't want him to have the option of doing. So I think we're probably not actually going to go through with it. I wanted it to be an option, something we were ready to do, especially if he was going to keep keep running apostles around in places where we have military units. I'm just kind of hunting for that apostle. I'd love to finish him off. If we drop this here, we'll excise enough Zoroastrian people that there will not be a majority religion here, which means this city will stop producing pressure for Zoroastrianism. That might well be worth doing. So you notice that was only 579 pressure instead of the 660 he was producing before. When religious units do not have full health, they produce less religious faith when they do their thing. It's one of the other reasons to engage in theological combat, even if you don't think you can wipe out an enemy unit. And we probably ought to just go ahead and buy ourselves another apostle here. Don't see much point in waiting. But I don't know if Washington's going to get cross with us for attacking his units here or not. Okay, we will easily wipe out either of them. We're just creating pressure for our religion as quickly as possible. The guru is on the way, right? I think. Alright, so let's see. There's a large group of promotions that are available to apostles. You only get 3 at random each time, but some of them are really powerful. So I'm going to take Pilgrim on this guy. 3 extra spreads when moving adjacent to a natural wonder for the first time. And we might have him turn around and go back to the Dead Sea. Oh no, we can walk him past the Great Barrier Reef. That'll be a little bit more movement efficient. Yeah, I don't know where their debater apostle went. Well, I'm certainly not sad to see him just disappear into the mists of history, that's for sure. Oh, hey. It could kill. This is a new one, I think. Plus 50% production when producing wonders in districts and adjacent tiles, and it provides fresh water. Wow, that's really cool. That's a really neat one. Do I want to just go ahead and spread? Yeah, probably, right? So we don't actually know. Percy's empire must expand this way over the water. There's no way he only has 2 cities. Well, okay, 3 cities. Yeah, this unit with the double attacks is just great. What an extremely good civilization the Inca are. Let's explore this way a little bit more. Well, it turns out there is more Sweden over here. We could really use another apostle with translator. Well, we're producing almost 100 faith per turn, so we should be getting apostles out pretty quickly. Uh-oh. Tornado outbreak in the capital? Yeah, this is the capital. 2 population lost. Harsh. Tornadoes are hardcore terrifying. If you've never had to be near one in real life, count your lucky stars. Well, I guess there's nothing for us to do but just wait for that to tire itself out. Again, pretty true to real life. We still do have the strength to just completely wipe this guy out and generate a bunch of religious pressure. Sorry, Washington. I'm not really trying to attack you. It's just expedient to do so. It's going to take a lot of pushes to convert some of these cities. Let's not do a whole lot of converting just yet. I want to make sure that we are meeting as many people as we can, or getting as much intel as we can here. So Laventa would love it if we'd construct a holy site. It's a shame we met them now, and not right after we built that holy site, instead of a couple of turns ago. What is their deal? Builders can make colossal head improvements, which provide faith. Additional faith for rainforests, adjacent woods, and tourism from their faith once flight is discovered. Okay, that's interesting. Somebody has 10... Multiple players have 10 envoys with them. That's why it says it will take 11 to become the suzerain. So that's not happening. But we can at least get some bonus faith from their type bonuses. That's what we're going to be devoting our envoys to for the foreseeable future, I think. There's an awful lot of Zoroastrianism over here. A little worried that we're actually going to end up dying. Where the hell is the barbarian camp? We gotta find that and wipe it out. Alright, is there anything else terribly pressing this turn? No, I think we're saving money for being able to buy... I don't even know what. Probably for being able to buy stuff in the entertainment complex, honestly. They demand that we give them 90 gold. Absolutely not. If he declares war on us, it would be a little awkward. It is worth noting that with us having so many allies, him declaring war on us would cause the entire world to declare on him. So I would be surprised if he did it. Alright, let's repair our commercial hub. And we have some repairs to do over here as well. We gotta get our holy site back up and running as well. Oof. It damaged the shrine and the temple. Storms, man. Alright, so let's move adjacent. I guess we'll plan to run through here. That'll get us our bonus spreads. You should just run back to meet the guru, right? So, the way the guru's heal works is that I believe it heals your religious units that are on all adjacent tiles. So if you have a couple of apostles doing conversion and debate work, you can heal them all at once very efficiently. It is not a full heal. Yeah, 40 points. But to give that guy another little push. Yeah, I think it's pretty unlikely he declares war on us, no matter how mad at us he gets, because it would be so dangerous to his empire. Guess let's keep exploring. We need to find the edges. I wanna try to work inward from the edges a little bit. If we convert cities that are in the middle of his empire, it'd be too easy for him to flip them back with a combination of pressure and buying new religious units nearby. We definitely want to prioritize, and I haven't been doing this, but we definitely should be trying to prioritize converting his cities. I'm fairly confident that if we convert this city, we can do some internal work here and keep units around to keep him from converting this stuff, but it's very difficult to keep him from converting his own cities back, since there'll be only probably one turn of movement away from a friendly holy site where he could buy the converting unit. So we want to get Sweden strong and inoculated against his nonsense, the same way we did to Scotland, and then we'll start working on Percy's stuff over here. But on this continent, I probably want to try to convert his cities away so that he doesn't have the ability to buy missionaries over here anymore. Absolutely not. I have strong feelings about this book. Basically, my entire civilization is based on what is written in this book. You cannot have it. It is kind of funny how that one find informed our entire path. We could now build a terrace farm here. This tile has a yield of 1 food. This icon is not helping. I think we should probably just go and build camps on these truffles. Guy was ravaged by the tornado. Alright, so there's our bonus spreads. How far can the guru move? We want the guru to move until he has 1 point of movement left. Oh, that's a hill. It's hard to tell what the terrain types are. So I guess we're just going to have this guy hang out over in Cyrus's area and try to debate all of his apostles as they spawn. You come down and help out Sweden. And needs to explore to the east. Alright, we're up to 3 citizens. We're getting there. Wearing them down over time. Just keep showing them the cute elephant pictures. Everybody loves cute elephant pictures. You probably need to keep exploring over here. I guess I don't know why I did. That was the wrong tile. Sparta. Sparta is probably his furthest north city, I'm guessing. There we go. There's that camp. We're making money quickly enough that we probably could afford to buy this. The question is... Now, I probably do want to save up gold. Well... Am I going to need 535 gold plus 13 more turns of gold to buy this out, to buy out whatever we can make here? Maybe not, right? Yeah, let's just go ahead and buy that temple. We are sort of closing in on the housing cap here. Whatever. Let's build a mosque. Problem we're having here is food and amenities, mostly. We're definitely going to need to build an entertainment district somewhere. Or, I guess, once we have the entertainment district that we're currently working on, because these cities will not need as many amenities, we may be able to shift some of the luxury amenities over to these cities. And the game will handle all that for us. Ooh, Giovanni de Medici. Instantly builds a bank and market in the district, and the bank has 2 great work slots that can hold anything. Okay. Yeah, we'll take him on. So, actually, I'm just going to have him come over here and... Bam. Instead of having to build the market the slow way. You fix your shrine. You build the extra trader that we are now entitled to. I guess, yeah, actually, going over the water is a little bit more sensible. Alright, let's go get into some trouble over in Persia. Just keep shouting at them about elephants. They've got to change their mind eventually. Okay, nothing else up here. Ooh, okay, so we can see here, this military unit that has 2 stars above it, this indicates that this is a fleet of galleys, rather than a galley. Eventually, in the civics tree, you unlock the ability to combine multiple military units of a type into a fleet or a corps, or eventually an army or an armada. It just allows you to sort of make stacks of units again like you could in the old Civ games. They're very powerful. And I like that they're unlocked in the civics tree rather than the tech tree, because that gives a civics-focused player more of an ability to compete with militarily superior, or with technologically superior higher-tier units. Not a thing that's going to be super relevant for us, so it looks like we can probably just start converting Sparta, but let's make sure that we know exactly what's going on around here. Antananarivo and Buenos Aires are city-states, not natural Persian cities. Seems like Percy has been on a bit of a tear over here. I think we can start throwing down the charges. And that's right, I'm supposed to be prioritizing Cyrus's cities, though. Alright, so we've destroyed that. Hopefully that'll be the end of the barbarians in this area. We gotta get some of these cities converted. It doesn't have to be all of them. It just has to be enough to generate positive pressure for us. And with there being positive pressure here, it will help to keep America on our side as well. Oh, that's right, I have 2 attacks. Man, what a good unit. So, skirmishers would not naturally have access to the bonus attacks upgrade because they are not ranged units, right? They have the recon tree. Okay, so with the city not having a religion, it does create apostles of your majority religion. Good to know. Potentially useful in future games, right? Oh, let's see. Proselytizer. Ooh, religious spread eliminates 75% of existing pressure from other religions in the city. These guys are very good for attacking an opponent who has a very settled-in religion. And spread religion 2 extra times. Convert adjacent barbarians to your side. That's not very useful. I guess we'll just take Orator. That's fine. I'm very excited to have a Proselytizer, though. Alright, let's... Hold on. Does he have holy sites over here? What we really need to prioritize is not just his cities. It's his cities if they have holy sites. So I guess what we really need to be doing here is moving around looking for holy sites. That is a holy site right there. Remember, any city that has a holy site can buy religious units, and we want to make sure that those cities would buy our religion's units rather than his own, if they were to do that. That is our goal here. Do I want to throw a spread down? Yeah, probably. Washington was once the cradle of Protestantism. This is some extra grievances, right? Or no? Okay, it's just the first time. Didn't the intro screens tell us that breaking provinces would generate grievances repeatedly? Maybe he has to ask me to not convert again. Yeah, we still only have the grievances from the first break. Okay, cool. I guess he must have to ask us not to do it again before it will generate additional grievances. Which means that doing that is expensive in terms of faith. Well, this city has a holy site and doesn't have a huge amount of population, so hopefully it won't be a terribly difficult conversion. And I assume the reason Cyrus hasn't asked me to stop converting his stuff is that he knows it won't work. Oh, actually, you know what? I haven't actually flipped one of his cities all the way. But yeah, when he does ask, obviously we will tell him to go to hell. Because we're never going to stop telling people about how cool elephants are. Not ever. I can almost think of no more evil act. We better heal up, because another barbarian camp spawned immediately. You should finish your temple, and then, honestly, no, this city's too far away. I was thinking, maybe we build an entertainment complex, like, down here from Seville and have that serve these cities. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's too far away. We can't get an entertainment complex to feed Seville and Cajamarca at the same time. And there's a city-state that does that thing, but we'd have to get 4 additional envoys in here. That's probably not happening. Especially since we'd love to spend some envoys on La Venta. Okay, here we have a trade route running out of this city already. We could just build a wonder. I don't know that that's great. I guess this city could use more industry. And industrial zones give us great engineers, and great engineers are pretty good. I guess Madrid does not benefit from the entertainment complex we're building now, so maybe it does make sense to build its own. Or we could get more science. I'm going to build an industrial zone. Yeah, I think that's worth having. We cannot purchase the lighthouse here. This is a thing we should have been saving money for. We're going to be able to purchase the lighthouse pretty soon, though, so I think we'll build something else. I might build... We can make another builder. But in order to make good use of him, we'd have to buy a bunch of tiles. I mean, we could start with the fishing boats, I suppose. Yeah, that's reasonable. Alright. I don't think we have anything else pressing to do right this second. Oh, I should buy more apostles. The era is actually coming to an end soon, and we're going to lose our dedication bonus, so we want to make sure we buy apostles before that happens. A gentle eruption from Walaka. Boy, this volcano has been very volatile lately. Fortunately, it's mostly just fertilizing the tiles. Yeah, some of these tiles are getting pretty alright. Let's go ahead and change policies here, so... Ooh, +4 gold and +1 faith from all trade routes. We currently have 7 trade routes running. And we're working on an 8th. This is pretty good. That's a lot of faith. We could change Charismatic Leader over to just giving us gold. Which I think is pretty reasonable. Rather than additional envoy points. I don't think we want to change our red stuff, probably. Actually, logistics might be nice. And we're not We're not really getting any benefit from wars of religion. Yeah, this will get our units moving a little bit faster out of our territory and into Persia. This stuff doesn't change. We might change Scripture, though. Scripture is giving us... Hold on. Let's actually do the math here. So, this holy site... Yes, 10 faith buildings. Here we go. 4 of that is from the site itself, from the adjacency bonuses. No, 2 of it is from the adjacency bonuses. And then the other 2 is from the card that is doubling that bonus. That's 2, 5, 6. I know I did this recently, but I've already forgotten. 7, 8, and there's no holy site in Antahuela. Okay, so that card is currently giving us 8 faith. Cusco does not have 10 population. Oh no, it was Seville that hit 10 population. So this is the only holy site that's generating 3, that has an adjacency bonus of 3 or more faith. So, for the purposes of Simultaneum, we would get plus 50% faith from the holy city in the capital and plus 50% faith from the buildings in the holy city in Seville. Which actually is quite a lot at this point, right? Yeah, Seville is producing 6 and the capital is producing 9. So 7.5 faith then from that card. So actually the bonus faith from the trade route card is the lowest of our options. They're all pretty close together though. We can just leave it as it is for the moment. We do want to change out this red card. And this green card. Okay. I think that's pretty good. So we have a new dedication to make. We've got some new quests to get the bonus for exploration, which is build 2 caravels. That's probably not worth doing. Alright, our new apostle has a promotion available here. I guess let's make our dedication first. So we're back in a normal age. Washington and Christina are... Roosevelt and Christina are golden aged, and everybody else is normal. Well, +1 era score each time one of your trade routes actually ends is fine, but not great. +3 era score each time you discover a new continent or natural wonder is also... Actually, it's probably bad at this point. We've discovered most of the continents. We know there's at least one natural wonder that we haven't found, because we were told about somebody else finding it. But this is going to be fewer points than this is. Era score each time you kill a non-barbarian corps in combat, and 2 each time you kill a non-barbarian army in combat. We're not going to get any points from that. And industrial era or later buildings, probably also not hugely relevant. I guess we're going to go for reform the coinage. I don't know how many eras are actually left in this game, though. It may not matter. Culture bomb adjacent tiles when completing an industrial zone in any city. I don't think this great engineer is any good for us. Can we see... Oh, I cannot see the other player's progress. My concern here is that if I pass this guy along, it might be a long time before anybody else picks one up, and we might actually have a better shot at the next one by just taking this one, even though I don't think that this bonus is valuable at all. I'm gonna pass. Okay, no other players are generating points. Somebody else will buy this, and then we'll be first in line for the next one. Alright, let's move you along and take... Oof, no good upgrades on this one. Well, we'll give him Martyr, I guess. No upgrades that are relevant to the purpose of converting people. We got our camp upgrades. You can see these camp tiles are now getting really powerful. That's just lovely. You are just out here to scout, so keep on scouting. At this point, I think we know what we need to know. I suppose there's still actually a large blank area on our maps. Okay, that's your job. Go figure that out. This city needs to get converted as fast as we possibly can. This city also needs to get converted. We're just gonna Shout from all of the mountaintops and rooftops. The glory that is the elephant. Uh-oh. Okay, we don't know anything about him except that he's not a debater. Well, my debater is nearby. Get our guru into a position to hopefully be able to drop the drop that heal charge when it is needed. Yeah, this is advancing nicely. So a new trade unit completed. Probably the entertainment building, or the entertainment district being built in Valencia, is our next most consequential construction. And what do we want to build in the capital? Well, we could build an aqueduct. Capital is not having housing problems, really. Do we get amenities from any of these wonders? I might well just build something that gives amenities at this point. We could construct projects. So I don't know if we've done much of this. Projects are just repeatable things that you can do. We could have the city do this for 6 turns, and it will produce great engineer points, and also apparently provide the city with full power while active. That's interesting. Mostly, they give a burst of resources and great person points when they are finished. Plus 100% religious pressure every turn while doing holy site prayers. We might just do one of these. I guess, you know what, we still need builders. That's going to be true for a long time. You actually do have stuff you can build yet. Mosque. Weren't we working on the mosque there earlier? Did I change it for some reason? Whatever. Okay, so we kind of have all of the civics that I actually value at this point. Plus gold and production to cities not on your capital. Okay. Plus faith from each city-state we're suzerain of. That's only one city-state, though. There are 2 envoys attached to that. I suppose that's valuable. Plus production toward all wonders. And new builders are better. That's kind of interesting. This doesn't help us much. And I mean, governor titles are still valuable as well. What about natural history? Natural history will give us the ability to build the water park, which is an amenity district that is not the entertainment complex. I think the water park does some like weird... Yeah, there's bonus science in it as well. And it gives tourism in addition to its amenities. Yeah, what a weird... Okay, you know what? Let's head in this direction. There's a lot of envoys available here. Governor titles are actually not super valuable for us anymore. Like, we kind of have a lot of the stuff that we would want. And, like, Moksha is providing limited benefit at this point. He helped us get these cities solidified, but that's probably the limit of what he's going to be able to do for us. We've only been given 1 Earth, and I'm glad I'm not the only one to respect that. Okay, so we're... His hidden agenda might have something to do with... Oh, no! What was I killed by? A skirmisher. Just showed up and ranged attacked me. That's a shame. Oh, yeah, his second agenda that we can't see might have something to do with... Oh. He has City-State Protector and also another agenda. Admire civilizations that start protectorate wars, dislike civilizations that attack city-states, but somehow Percy is still in his good graces. Interesting. I did not realize that it was possible to have 3 agendas. I wonder if there's something that can happen in the mid-game, like, that can cause people to pick up new agendas? Okay, the city of Lund on this on this tiny little island. Well, I think converting this is probably a good idea. We don't need to convert everything in Scotland. Ugh. Cyrus has been at work, though. Get down here and find... Well, hold on. Actually, let's not move you first. Let's move this guy first. See if we can find that apostle. I would love to have a little spirited chat with him. This apostle is like the worst kind of dude, just running around screaming, "Debate me, you cowards!" over and over again. Alright, so let me think here. Where do we actually want to convert? I want to convert Stockholm and this city, I think. Because that'll ease the pressure on Mexico City, and that'll give us a good bit of pressure over here. And then we convert, like, Lund maybe as well, and hopefully we'll be able to just push through Uppsala and Örebro from there. Because we're already positive pressure on this one. Yes, let's go ahead and drop some charges down here. Okay. Your proselytizers are not welcome among my people. Sorry, man. If it's God's will that your people believe in our ways, who am I to stop it? It turns out that, like all other religions, God was on my side all along. It's funny how common that belief is, right? Alright, we're starting to break down his ability to buy apostles on this continent. You guys just run to whatever produces the most industry. Turns out, the capital. Pretty much always going to be the capital. So I'm very excited for our proselytizer to get into position. He's going to do some spectacular work. Are we converting Uppsala? No, I think I'm letting Uppsala get converted by pressure. At least that's the current plan. So you actually want to go up and around Stockholm. Okay, America bought that great engineer we didn't want. And we've entered the industrial era with industrialization. So we now have access to the factory, which produces an awful lot of industry when it is powered. And also the first power plant that we have access to. Converts coal into power for cities within 6 tiles that need it at the rate of 1 coal to 4 power. Dumps a lot of CO2 into the atmosphere. Bonus production equal to the adjacency production bonus of its district. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know that we need to use any of these. I guess we gotta find coal first. We can now see coal. Got 2.75 movement points per space on our roads. Roads are starting to get pretty good. We should probably just keep building camps everywhere that we can build camps. Camps are very good now. Right, is this the proselytizer? No, this is the guy who just spreads extra times. I guess they're still pretty far away from where they're going. Apparently this city was pretty close to flipping already, due to the pressure. What we really need is to get enough conversion going over here that these cities are not all negative on us. Stockholm will help. Let's get up on land here. Okay, I think that apostle may have run himself out. He may have used all his charges. I certainly don't see him over here anymore. Alright, just keep pouring your wisdom about elephants into their ears. Right into the eustachian tubes. It's good enough for Hamlet, it's good enough for us. But this city has a lot of population convinced that Zoroastrianism is the way. We're starting to run short on charges over here. We might not be able to flip this one. We need more units. I almost want to try to find a place to found a city over here, just so that we'll have the ability to buy... units, and not have to run them quite so far. Now remember, we don't have to convert every city in his empire, and we don't even have to convert his holy city. We just have to get to more than 50% in each civ. We're still only at 2, but we're close on Washington, or on America. Yeah, we gotta be like right on the edge of America, right? 3 elephant cities, 3 non-elephant cities. And then this down here hasn't actually flipped, but it totally will, right? We might have to give it a push. Let us purchase the man to give it a push. I'm going to get 2 missionaries here, I think. Because we got to send some more bodies into Sweden. So one more American city flipped will do it for us. Or we'll do it for America. And then we're not... We don't actually have a lot of Swedish cities converted, but we will soon. And when the proselytizer reaches Persia, I think we're actually pretty close on this. I'm debating whether... It will probably take long enough for this to be worth doing another episode on. So I think this is where we're going to stop for today. We've made a lot of progress here, and we are right on the edge of everything sort of tumbling over. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time for what I think is probably going to be a victory. If it happens quickly, we will just go ahead and start the next game in the next episode. So let me know in the comments below who you would like to see. Obviously, I'd prefer to play a new faction. Yeah, let me know who you'd like to see, and I'll tally it up, and we'll start a new thing soon. We'll see you then.